If I'm ready to start adding my students to my teacher account, I go up to the top left and click on You, and then click on Classes. It then takes me to this screen. Right now, I'm taking a look at all the options for my class. Here's the menu. If I click on Students, it will take me to all the information about my students, their account information, passwords, and their Storybirds. A place where I can add assignments. A spot for review if you have a pro account. Libraries for all the class library of books. There's an option to have a discussion board for your class within Storybird. Information about fundraising for your class. And settings. There's also a quick tour that you can take that will guide you through the menu options for your class. Right now I'm going to take a look at students. I don't have any students in my class yet, so I can click on Start Adding Students, or I can click on Students in the menu. There's another quick tour that I can take, but I'm going to X out of that for right now. Storybird automatically creates an initial activation password for your students when you sign them up. You do have the ability to change the password once that activation password has been created. I'm going to show you how this works. I typed in the last name and the first name of one of my fake students for this tutorial, and I'm going to create a username. And I'm going to click Add. So now she has been added to my class, and there's an initial activation password. If your school or your district has a specific username and password that they would like students to use, be sure to check with your district to find out the procedures for that. I have the ability to delete the student or change the password. In addition, you can also move students to another class the next year, which is great. So if one of your students has a teacher the following year that's using Storybird, you can select that student and send it to another teacher's class, which is great. It also moves their books that they've created as well. This is an awesome feature for students to be able to use their accounts year after year. If you're interested in giving an assignment to your students on Storybird, click on the Assignments section in the menu. It will then guide you through adding an assignment. So I can click on Create an Assignment. I can put in an assignment title. If I have any requirements or description that I would like to tell the kids about, I can put it right here in Assignment Description. If I've already created an example for this assignment on Storybird, I can put the URL right here. I could also choose a picture to put in for the assignment as well. I can put a due date, and then I would click on Save Assignment. One of the great features of Storybird is the ability to write comments on other stories. Your students have the ability to write comments on each other's stories that show up in the class library. I'm going to click on Library right now. And if I were to click on Library, then I would be able to see all the stories that have been submitted to the class library, basically the published stories that your students have submitted. In order to moderate comments, though, click on Settings. And then as you can see, there are other different setting menu options, but right now we're going to click on Comments. And as you can see, the comments are automatically added to Storybirds when you first start your account. So I would recommend moderating the comments, which means they're held in your teacher account, so you can take a look at them, you can edit them or delete them, or approve them when they're ready to go. So I would suggest clicking on Moderated and then click on Update. You can also see that there's a tab for discussions. The discussions are automatically turned on, okay? So I would recommend turning them off until you're ready to take a look at them with your class. The discussion threads aren't moderated, so you're going to have to keep an eye on those discussion topics as they come in. So if you're not using the discussion board or you're not going to be checking on it on a regular basis, then I would suggest turning it off until you start doing that. I'm going to click on Update. And then if you click on the General tab, there are general settings for you to take a look at as well. But if you'd like to moderate your comments, I would click on Comments and then make sure it's checked on Moderated. I would definitely recommend moderating the comments that come in on your class stories.